This is the Chore-Beer Chats podcast with your host, Laurel Eisbart.
It's ASMR.
Okay, well, welcome to our newest episode of the Chore-Beer Chats podcast. Today, we have the infamous, you know him probably if you're from the internet. You know him as Grampa Shane. He is not my grandpa, he is my father. But my kids call him Grampa Shane, so that's his name on the internet. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Laurel. I'm so happy to be here.
So basically I start every episode with origin story, which is usually it's because I want to give the listeners context into how I met the person. So like I have friends where our origin stories are like, oh, we met on Instagram or, you know, whatever. But our origin story is I was born, and that's pretty much it.
That was it.
When's my birthday?
I don't know. October 14th.
What year?
1989. 1990.
What's your final answer?
1990.
Okay, you almost.
I can't remember dates anyway.
I actually can't either, and that's why I have this tattoo.
And I can't remember names either, so, you have to put up with me, Laurel.
Oh, that was a joke. I was like, whoa, that was really well timed. But that was a joke. Okay. My sister's name is Jordan. That's why I have to have my kids' birth dates on my arm, because I also can't remember.
I've got yours on my... Oh, sorry.
So yeah, that's the origin story. There's really not much more to it, but it's been about 32 years that I've known ya.
Wow.
Oh, I should have made you get. Oh, I mean, you did know my birthday.
I'd have to get the calculator out.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers.
It is.
How does that make you feel?
Old. No, actually, it's not how old you are. It's how old your children, my grandchildren are.
Yeah.
That's what makes me feel old.
Yeah, that's a trip. Because Aurora's she's 4.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when she gets to grade 9, it's going to be,
How old will I be? How many years is that? 10 years from now?
There you go.
Is it 10? Oh, shit. It's 10 years.
10 years.
I'll be 42? And you'll be?
Ew.
You'll be?
49.
78?
What? Stop.
How old will you be?
You didn't tell me we had to do math here.
You're going to be
I
old.
would be, beyond my 6th decade. Ugh,
Sweet
that's awful.
Jesus.
Can we edit that out, please?
We can, but also I have to tell you that, does it make you feel old to know that I have a gray hair? Is that weird?
I want to say, serves you right. It's coming. You had it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Look at you. See my gray hair?
Show us all. Yeah.
I have to take my things out.
You had it coming. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically our origin story. Do you have anything to add to our origin story?
There's many stories.
But okay. So guys, today I'm doing more of a chatline-led episode simply because I feel like Grandpa Shane has been my most popular guest as far as chatline submissions. So normally I'll just pick like 2 or 3 chatline submissions, questions, whatever, to answer because we never have enough time. But I just feel like the format of this one, I'm just going to kind of revolve it around those because it's funny and like, why not? Well, it's not all funny, but it's just like a good pathway of conversation, I think. Today's Chore-Beer Chatline segment is brought to you by, are you a small farmer or homesteader? Do you have a few wild kids running around? Are you trying to figure out what to make for dinner yet again? Then head over to roughandtumblefarmhouse.com. With over a decade of small farm experience, Kelsey shares farm and garden projects, resources for small dairy farmers, from-scratch meal ideas, natural home and body care recipes, and much more. Kelsey is offering Chore-Beer Chat listeners $5 off the newly launched Barn Quilt course. This course includes everything you need to create beautiful art for your farm or home, including 12 patterns, supply lists, and step-by-step video tutorials. Use code Chore-Beer for your $5 discount at roughandtumblefarmhouse.com. So basically, we're going to jump right in. And our first chat line question is from Lori. And she says, I love listening to family history. What is the history of farming in his family? So I felt like that was very suiting in the pathways we're at, in which I just spoke of our origin story. What is your origin story?
My origin story. How far back do I go?
Well, we don't have all night. That's a long way back.
So my mother.
I am familiar with her.
Your grandmother.
Yes.
Right. She was born and raised out in Alberta. And
where in Alberta?
Oh,
okay. Because I can't remember either.
So many different. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Alberta.
And her parents were really, they were the frontier type. Honestly,
like John Dutton.
It is not. Yes, like John Dutton's dad.
Whoa.
So your grandmother used to ride. She had 3 sisters, and they would all ride the heavy horse to school. Together on the same horse, and it was her. She was the oldest, and she was responsible for making sure that her sisters would get to school safely, and then they would have to tie the horse up and feed it and do all that type of stuff. Then they would go to school, do whatever, and then ride home again. So
wait, where did the horse go during school?
In the stable.
Oh,
they had a stable.
Like a bike rack.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that's a long time ago. For me, so I was born out in Manitoba. And Brandon, Manitoba, yes. And at some point, when I was just a youngster, very young, we moved to Ontario. Your grandpa was in the Air Force, and my mother, she was also in the Air Force, and they met through that. They eventually got married, and they had your aunt and me, two children.
Origin story officially begun when you were born.
Yeah, and then we moved to Ontario. Your mother, growing up on a farm, missed the rural life, and she was very instrumental in initially buying the farm that you are on now. So the family moved to the farm, and I can't recall. I was 7 years old.
You just said your mother. Whose mother?
My mother, sorry.
Oh my God, did you see my face? I was like, whose mother?
Your grandmother.
Was instrumental. Sorry. And then you were 6.
Your grandmother, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And so anyways, so then we moved to this farm, and it was very dilapidated at the time. It's an old farmhouse. There was no running water. There was an old piston pump, and it took water from a pond, and you would open the valve up for the bathtub, and the water came out gray. Yeah.
Ew.
And we had an old surface well. This was my job in the winter. You had to go out and you drop a steel bucket down the well to crack the ice, and then you pull the water up.
Did you ever go in the well?
No, I was terrified of it.
Okay, that's fair.
I was. Your grandmother was very strict about wells.
Because
people fall into it.
Like in a time of wells, it was probably common for people to fall in wells.
That is correct.
So I imagine now we don't really talk about that, do we?
There are no wells anymore.
Are there not?
Well, maybe there are, but not like that one.
We don't talk about it as much anymore, and that's a shame because it's a real danger to society. Anyway, please continue.
Well, that's what happened to Timmy.
Timmy did fall in the well. What happened to him?
I don't know. Never did hear the answer.
He didn't get out. We don't know.
No, we don't know. We just know that he fell in.
It's the media. They blow it up.
Yep. Anyway, time flies. We grew up. We had horses. We used to board horses. We had at one point maybe 11 horses here.
That's cool.
It was cool. It was fun. That was my summer job, was to take care of the horses for the people who were paying us to. And
didn't we say the vet that you had then is still my vet now?
Same vet.
That's wild. He does not age.
That's right. Yeah, and the barn, I added a piece onto the barn when I got older, when I was in college. You've heard of OSAP before, what we used to call Ontario Stereo Assistance Program. Everyone I knew would use the money to buy stereo equipment.
Oh, I was like, that's pretty discriminatory. It was only available for people going into stereo. I was not understanding that.
They would buy their stereo equipment using the funds that they got from the government.
Stereos.
That's when they used to give grants. So I renamed it. I called it the Ontario Steer Assistance Program. Mm-hmm. And that's how I put myself through school. Is I took that money and I bought cattle.
How many head?
6 each time.
6 each time.
I kept them for a year, and then cycled them through.
Pretty standard. Pretty standard operation.
Pretty standard operation. And
pretty slick.
And that's what funded my education. So yeah, and then you moved in.
And then life had meaning. Life finally had meaning.
Full of meaning.
Yeah, finally had meaning for you. What's your favorite memory of the property growing up? Amanda would like to know. Just search
the horses.
Search real deep into the crevices of your brain, because these are going to be like really old memories.
They are, but
it was of your age.
It was horses, because that's where I learned. That's where I learned to ride, and I just always was out in the barn all the time.
Do you have like a particular horse memory? Because I remember you telling all the horse stories, and that's why I wanted a horse.
I remember one horse. His name was Coke, and he liked hot dogs. we would have a bonfire, and we'd like sometimes have family over, and it was my job to lead the horse around and give all my cousins rides and stuff like that. And we'd be cooking hot dogs on the bonfire. And and I fed him hot dogs. He really did enjoy those hot dogs.
Don't we all, though? That's funny. I remember you telling me lots of horsey stories, and that was like why I so badly wanted a horse. Remember that?
Yes, I remember your horse.
No, but remember how bad I wanted it?
Yes, you did.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, and then we went to the we went to the auction to buy you a horse.
Hercules.
Yes, and then what happened?
We
bought a horse. We bought a horse.
Oh yeah. Brutal. I went to go get a horse for myself, and he ends up getting a horse.
Yeah.
I bawled the entire way home. I remember crying the whole way home into my chicken noodle soup from Tim Hortons at the middle of the night.
We stopped for chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, chicken noodle soup is very traumatizing for me now. All the memories of sadness and tears.
But we brought home a great horse.
He was kind of a dick, actually. He was a retired racehorse, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And he had some...
He was tall.
He was like
horse.
16 hands, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But what do they call... I think he had, and since then, and since like going through school and learning more animal behavior stuff, he for sure had like the animal behaviors that...
PTSD.
That, sure, but like also like how horses, retired racehorses specifically, like cribbing and... like how they chew all the wood and like do that.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad at that.
Well, have you seen the barn?
That wasn't him. There were many other horses. So we had a border horse. We had a border horse
it's the
there.
Same barn.
And that horse was a cribber, and it chewed a lot of lumber. We couldn't make it stop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I just remember Haas always like, he'd scare the shit out of me. He was so big. And like to bring him in for feed or whatever, I just got the hell out of the way, because he was like, get the fuck out of the way. And with feed, like he would try to like, not try to bite me, but like, he was mouthy.
Yeah, he dug right in.
Yeah. Did he bite you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, he was scary, but anyway, he was cute. And he had feet problems. What a lemon. What a lemon.
He's a racehorse.
Yeah. He was a good boy. And then I had a horse, and his name was Storm because I was 12, and that's sweet to name your horse Storm because he was like gray, like a storm cloud. So it's pretty deep.
And Storm would never want to leave the barn. You get halfway, and Storm wants to go back.
Because he was a fat ass.
Yeah, he was all trim and everything. And remember the kid riding it at the.
No.
I do. And Storm was just this perfect horse, just doing everything that this young rider needed him to do to sell him.
And it worked. Yeah.
But that's okay. He was a good horse.
Okay.
Do you and I went for a trail ride just across the road.
Aurora Borealis?
Yes.
Okay, but to this day, okay, wait,
Have you seen one since?
Context. We went for a trail ride and we saw the Northern Lights. Now we're in Southwestern Ontario, and to this day, I actually am more questioning that, like, was that not just like a gas leak or something?
Enbridge?
Yeah, like literally, like, was that not?
No, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and I've never seen it since.
No, same.
It was amazing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, because I still don't really believe it. I remember it.
Yep.
It's the magic of horses.
Totally amazing.
And it only happened because we had horses, and we haven't had horses since, and I haven't seen it since, so that's the coincidence, I guess. I'm going to get horses again. I keep telling Andy every time we watch, like, Yellowstone or, like, some, like, ranching thing where they're, like, rounding up cattle over their rolling, like, 1,000-acre farm, like, moving the cattle across the river bed to the north pasture. I'm like, I'm going to do that. And he's like, really? On our 26 sprawling acres? I got to move the cattle through the pasture? Cheaper than probably not cheaper than a quad, I guess. More fun than a quad, though.
I don't know. Quads are fun.
Quads are fun. Well, yeah, you could get both.
You don't have to clean up after them.
Yeah, but that's what I want to do. I just want to. I've never roped in my life. I don't even want to rope. I just want to just like trot around.
Ropes hurt.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. What?
Have you ever been roped?
No.
They hurt.
Like by a cowboy?
Yeah.
No. Have you been roped by a cowboy?
Yeah, we would practice on one another.
Oh, okay. So you've done some cowboy shit. You've been up to some cowboy shit in your life.
Some, yeah.
It's been a while, though.
Yes. I can't even ride a horse anymore.
No.
It hurts.
But would you say you were a cowboy?
I would say I would be as close to a cowboy in Ontario as you could probably get.
Let's let the internet decide that because I have a quiz. We're going to find out what % of a cowboy you are.
Oh.
It's the internet, so it's legit. Okay, so we're going to start with this random quiz I found on the internet. When you were a kid, how likely were you to take on a new piece of playground equipment? What? I have not tested through this.
What do you mean take on a new piece of
playground? Monkey bars. Like, I'm going to go on the slide. Or were you scared and didn't want to go on the monkey bars?
Oh, no, I went on them.
So totally likely?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We had our own monkey bars in the barn. I used to go out there and do they were trusses that went across the hallway, and the hay was all above it. And every day I would go out there when I did chores, and I would go flip upside down. That was my exercise for the day.
How much rehearsal time do you need before making a big ask of your boss?
What's this got to do with cowboys?
You know what? We'll find out. Seconds, minutes, an hour, or a few days. You got to go and ask your boss man to promote you to lead cowboy for the spring roundup. Are you calculated or are you like...
Well...
This is taking a long time to answer, so I think you're telling me. So like...
An hour.
An hour. All right, that's pretty reasonable. Are you freaked out by horses?
No.
I don't know who made this quiz. Okay. Have you ever seriously contemplated running off with the circus?
No.
If you saw a stranger berating a sweet old lady in public, how would you respond? Would you physically restrain the adult if necessary?
I would step in between.
I'd put myself between them and call 911. Good for you. Maybe. Do you get super political on social media?
No.
Do you have social media? You're confronted in public by someone who says that you owe them money. How do you respond?
I'd ask them.
Okay.
I still don't understand how to say anything.
I don't know either. I don't know if I picked the wrong quiz. Would you rather... What? What? I can't read. This needs to be like, you're like for sure not a cowboy now, but like, were you a cowboy? You a fan of spaghetti westerns? What are those?
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Is that Is that Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I knew that. But what's a spaghetti western?
Those are the westerns that were like that took place like on the Mexican border or down south, right?
So like taco western. Why is it spaghetti is Italian?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it something that we shouldn't be calling? Is it one of those terms that like shouldn't be used anymore?
Maybe it's probably inappropriate now.
I should look that up. I'm looking it up. Let's go on a quick tangent.
What's that?
It means it's a movie about the American Old West made cheaply in Europe, typically by an Italian producer. So that's why.
There you go.
So I feel like that's okay. It's only mildly problematic. Yeah. I think we can still call it that. Last one. There's a reason they're called cowboys. What's your meat of choice? What? Beef, chicken, pig, or I'm a vegetarian. That doesn't make any sense. That's the reason you're a cowboy? No, it's not. It's because you because you work cattle.
Because we raise chickens.
What? Oh my God.
You see, I put my phone on silent, but I only allow like emergency calls through from very important people.
Do you need to take this?
No, I don't. I will call.
That's the stepmom calling.
That's, yes, my lovely wife.
Let's calculate the result now. You are 95% cowboy.
God.
That makes you a genuine modern day Hollywood cowboy. And you know what? It's from the internet, from this absolute random quiz. So it's definitely true. So speaking of, Caitlin wants to know if you're going to go cattle wrangling again.
Yes.
Yes.
For you.
Yes, and that is what.
And that's what we did.
That is what she's referring to. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, is that
yes.
like the night?
It's my internet friends. So yes, they remember when we were.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I am prepared for that phone call.
Yeah.
Where you are freaking out because something is happening and you need somebody to help.
Well, when was the last time I did that?
Yesterday?
No.
Oh, last week.
No. When was the last time I had a cow? I think it was literally the summer when I found Greta dead.
There's Greta. Yes.
Oh wait, no.
But there was the one that was when they were being born.
Calving, yes.
And calving.
Stupid ass Kenny wouldn't eat.
And then there was vaccines.
I think that was. Oh yeah, I guess there. But it's been a few months because that was in the fall. It's February now. So yeah. I feel like I really need to get a cattle shoot. That's definitely on the horizon for this year.
I was just going to say, have you got one yet?
No.
Have you bought any more gates? No.
But I have 3 more cows coming, so yeah. Yeah, I need it.
You need gates.
I need gates. Get off of this gates thing. Well, that would be a good Christmas present. Actually, he got me tools for Christmas, which was really helpful, actually, because I lose all the tools.
Are they in the toolbox now?
No, they're still in my house.
Well, at least they're not strewn out between the barn and the shed and out in the...
Yeah. That's just ranching, Dad.
Yeah,
That's just ranching, okay?
I lost so many tools. I've lost more tools in my life than people have had in their complete sets.
So I feel like maybe you're just projecting on me.
Maybe.
And that's why. You just want me to not lose my tools.
Tools, you
Appreciate that.
Tools in the barn, you leave tools in the shed, they're in the house, they're in the tractor.
A quick grab.
Wherever they happen to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Once a year I would go walk around and gather tools. And I would put them all in one spot on a table. And then I would sort them out, put them all back in the toolbox, and start the cycle again.
That's fun. We should do that. It's been like probably 5 years, however long we've lived here. We should do that. Yeah, so I don't recommend the cattle wrangling without like any proper safety equipment. That was really stupid. Somehow we did not die. I don't think we even got injured in any way.
No, it was all good. The first time when we were doing the vaccines, that was kind of chaos.
Okay, and they were what, 9 months old?
That was
and
chaos.
They were like 400 or 500 pounds, right?
And because you didn't have any gates.
I roll. Gates are expensive.
And then what did you do? You got gates,
Yeah.
And then it was much easier.
Yeah. So I guess Gates are a paid sponsor of this ad because that's all we're talking about. I wish Gates would sponsor me. That is a partnership I could get behind. I would rep that shit all day. I would post about Gates all the time. Hit me up if you have Gates. Moving right along. I think this is also Caitlin. Are you happy the old farm is being given a new life?
Yes. Absolutely.
Would you like to go into that more, or is that it?
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
No, it's good. You know, that's the problem is when you've got to have a plan. You know, as you move forward, right? I'm really happy that you guys got the farm. That's
Do I really have a plan though?
No, but at least that part of it is fulfilled, right? Whatever it is that you're doing fine, right?
We doing it.
It's all good.
It's all good. Okay, so that was kind of just like our brief history on your origin story and also the farm's origin story, I suppose. So yeah, we covered the origin story, and now I know all of our listeners are wondering, well, what the heck are you doing now?
I'm retired. Well, no. What's retirement? It's to me, it is just one less job. So
one less job.
One less job.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, for the last couple of years now, we've been building a motel.
Tell me more. Tell us more.
Renovating a small inn.
That makes no sense. Where is it? I know where it is. I just want you to give more context.
It is called Frog Point Inn, located in Courtright, Ontario.
Wow. Tell me more.
It is a quaint little inn. We have 6 rooms available. We have been working on it, just finishing off the last 2. We're just waiting for some furniture. We had some furniture that's custom made. Of course, my wife, Marinka, is wonderful at doing all of the interior decorating.
Shout out to Marinka.
Shout out to Marinka. So yes, it's very nice, very well appointed.
Now, are you open?
We are open.
Oh.
Yes, you can. Just go to our website, frogpointinn.ca.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
A website. Amazing.
Isn't that cool?
That's fantastic.
That is so cool.
Frog Point Inn is a newly renovated inn on the St. Clair River in Courtright, located 20 minutes south of Sarnia, Ontario, and Port Huron, Michigan. A peaceful riverside retreat for that weekend getaway. You can bike the scenic river trail, pack a picnic to one of the many local parks, or simply take in the ships passing by in the river. Frog Point Inn also offers weekly rates for out-of-town workers. Head to frogpointinn.ca now for more information about room availability, amenities, and rates. Okay, but I actually forget, it actually was a motel before?
Yes, it was. It was actually Marinka's parents that had it for many years before.
But then it's just been sitting there?
Then it had been sitting, right, for...
So you basically all but bulldozed the building to bring it back to life, essentially?
We basically, it's a cement... It's a cinder block building, and we took it down to the blocks.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. So if you're in Courtright and you're looking for a place to stay...
Link in the show notes for more information. No, that's cool. I have yet to stay there, actually, because I live 7 minutes away.
Yes, you should. You should book a vacation. It is a destination. It's right on the river.
It
you
is.
See the boats going by. It's beautiful St. Clair River.
Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, I have a fun one. Okay, Lindsay has written in.
Uh-oh.
Lindsay asks, who was your favorite babysitter and why was it me? Not for you. Who is your who is your favorite babysitter for the kids and why was it me? JK. Okay, but seriously, why didn't you let Laurel have a horse when she was little? So she was babysitting in the era in which all I wanted was a horse and I didn't get one.
Oh, well, first of all, I'd like to answer the first question. Lindsay was our favorite babysitter.
Wow.
She was totally awesome.
She was totally awesome.
She was. And why didn't you have a horse?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why didn't you have a horse?
Oh, because you're apparently a cowboy and you didn't get me a horse. I had to save up all my babysitting money to get a horse that always farted when he ran.
Yeah, I think that life was really busy at that point in time.
Well, I could have been a real cowboy.
You could have been, but you were also a figure skater.
Fuck that, though. I wish you put me in cowboy. I don't want to be a figure. What's that serving me now?
I don't know. You're well rounded. See, you dance around out here
because
with your
I can
cows.
Glide.
And you can do a triple.
I
Lindy.
absolutely feel that my experience or skills or whatever I learned from figure skating are of absolute zero use to me now. Like, there's no way. Perhaps they help develop particular muscle groups in adolescence, but other than that,
I just remember the chair dance at one of the.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
At the show, at your figure skating show.
That's not helping.
The final show. What do you call that? You know, the pageant.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I can't.
And you were dancing to Britney Spears.
I was?
Yes.
Where's the recorded evidence?
Out on the ice.
Are you sure this was me? Because I don't remember, and I would remember Britney Spears.
And one of your colleagues was skating out there with you, and I remember.
What?
Her dad and I were up and doing the spotlights, and it was fun because we had a back channel up there where the radio's going, and he was like, we were both like choking at you and his daughter.
Because you're crying because it was so beautiful?
It was just like over the top for 10-year-olds to be out there dancing on a chair or with a chair.
Like
Britney
flash
Spears.
Dance?
Like,
I don't remember this at all.
I'm trying to remember the song. But there's a Britney Spears.
Was it Genie in a Bottle? That's literally Britney Spears. How do you know that? Oh, baby.
Yeah, that one. And you're out there like both of you wiggling your butts and skating around and doing all of these and like on these chairs. And he's like, oh, look at your daughter. I said, look at your daughter.
You guys should just turn the spotlights off.
Yeah. We were just howling up there laughing at the two of you.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Who allowed this? So you would say perhaps I've always been destined to be a star?
You were a performer.
Wow.
It was clear at that point in time.
It was clear, and then you thought,
so you might not
that's why you should stay in figure skating.
You might not be in skates right now, but you're still performing.
I'm a performer in some way, sure. Yeah, I have literal zero memory of that, which is odd because that seems like a pretty big milestone.
It was.
I make fun of you all the time for being a boomer, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. But the thing is, we just found out the other day that he's actually a baby boomer. And now I don't really know.
I'm at the end of the baby boomer.
I know, but that still makes you just like I'm at the end of a millennial, but I'm not. I wasn't born in 2000. I used to think like, ew, I don't identify with those people, the millennials, but I literally am one. But just continuing our topic of like feeling old. I am old. I'm an older. There's now a generation younger than me that like
Gen Z, right?
Shames me for being old. So do you know what's fun is I found actually another quiz that we can take together. And it's a Gen Z quiz. It's called Quiz Yourself on Gen Z Slang That Slaps.
Oh my god.
10 questions. So I'll let you answer first because I actually do feel like I'm pretty well versed in Gen Z slang because I'm really cool. What's another word for uncool? Chuggy or bet?
Chuggy.
How do you know that? Is that a guess? Oh. How did you know that? Was that a guess?
No, not at all.
Oh my god.
Because I'm cool. You just don't know it.
That just feels, honestly, it sounds chuggy you saying that. If something slaps, it is excellent or amazing, surprising or scary, beautiful or handsome.
Excellent.
Oh my god, how do you know this? What does snatched mean? You don't know this. You don't know this. Stolen, fierce or on point, exhausted.
Stolen.
Okay, to be clear, the answers reflect you, not me. Wrong.
Oh.
It's like snatched, looking snatched, but also snatched. See, that's a boomer term. You would snatch a beer. Yeah. That's super baby boomer of you. Which of the following means a look or style that is extremely fashionable or sexy? Bussin', bet, or drip?
Oh, drip for sure.
It's bussin'. That's bussin'.
I thought it was drip.
No, it's not. It's bussin'. Sorry. What does no cap mean? No lie, for real, chill or without stress, or not cool.
No cap?
No cap.
No idea. What is it?
You have to pick one.
I thought
this is your... No, I'm crushing this. I don't need to know. I know all the answers.
No cap. Not cool.
No. It means no lie, for real. Like, no cap, this is the best beer ever.
Okay.
But also, yeah.
All right.
Which... You will not get this. Except you have teenagers in your house, so maybe you will. Which of the following words is an insult for men who are seen as being too submissive to women? Vibing, simp, or okay, boomer?
Simp.
Simp?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not okay, boomer.
Okay. So you're going with simp?
Yep.
You are right, but to be clear, that was just a guess.
No, it sounds like it.
Okay. What does "hits different" mean? Weird or unusual, confusing or nonsensical, has a marked effect or influence.
It's different. Weird or unusual.
Has a marked effect or influence.
Okay, I'm going to go opposite to what I think.
Yeah, well, that's boomer energy for sure. Which of the following means I've got the point? Low key, say less, cap.
Cap.
Say less.
I was going to say less, but you steered me in the wrong direction.
Steer you shit. What does bet mean? Cool or I'm down, no lie or not cool.
Bet. No lie.
Wrong. Cool or I'm down. Like, we about to film this episode, bet.
Okay.
This is the last one. Which of the following means relaxing or tapping into good feelings? Bussin', vibing, or snatch?
Vibing.
Now, is that process of elimination because the other two were already answers to previous questions?
Maybe. Vibing.
Okay.
Your vibe, you know.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. You got it. So 5 out of 10, you suck, it says, basically. Anyway, I'm the best because I definitely knew all that. But I'm so
Maybe
young.
you should take a boomer test. Is there a boomer test?
Oh, it's so boring. Probably. Okay, boomer or baby boomer?
Baby boomer test.
Oh my
Are you a baby boomer?
Baby boomers will remember so much from this quiz. Now, this is BuzzFeed, so...
Ugh.
Okay, this is a picture. It says, who is this? And I know
idea.
who it is, so I'm already winning.
You're already winning.
So it's Twiggy.
Oh, no idea.
Okay.
I see. I never followed any of that anyways.
What TV show did the Beatles make their U.S. debut on in 1964? I absolutely have no goddamn idea.
Ed Sullivan.
Ed Sullivan. You're right. Wow. Which company introduced the TV dinner? Swanson, Ora-Ida, or Tyson Foods? I knew that. This was used as part of what? This looks like film.
It's
a film reel. Projector.
Carousel projector.
Okay. Which of these foods would not have been served at a dinner party in the 60s? Beef bourguignon. How do you say that? Beef bourguignon? Beef bourguignon. Bourguignon. Chicken Kiev. Chicken a la king. I don't know how to say any of this.
I don't know. Chicken a la king. That one's weird.
Why?
I don't know.
Chicken Kiev. I don't know. Why is that?
Oh, because Kiev. It's probably because of the Russian influence of that time. See, I'm not even thinking that.
I have no idea. Who is this? It's some creepy doll.
He's creepy.
Do you know who this is? Howdy Doody?
That's Charlie McCarthy.
Who is No, it's Howdy Doody.
Oh.
Who's Howdy Doody?
Creepy little puppet.
Not cool. Which singer sang "These Boots Are Made for Walkin'"? I know the song, but I have absolutely no idea who it is. Petula Clark, I'm picking. Nope, it was Nancy Sinatra. What? This machine would have sold what? It looks like a refrigerator vending machine. Oh, did you smoke? Were you a cigarette person?
No, I did not smoke.
Never once?
I would have tried it, but I never smoked.
Okay, well, now that we've, learned a lot about ourselves with these internet quizzes that are definitely accurate and for sure the right thing to do, we have a few more to get into.
Oh my gosh.
But I saved these ones for last because they're the best, because they're about me.
Okay.
And now you're in the hot seat. Sid wants to know, sir, did you realize you were raising a legend?
I knew she was a legend. She had places to go, people to meet.
I met Jared, the Subway guy. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I remember how he's in jail for like child molestation now or whatever. Good times. Yikes. What did you think your daughter was going to do when she grew up? These are all about me, so just like get into it.
No idea.
Yeah, same.
No idea. Let's see. First of all, she was going to be a who knows? She was going to be a veterinarian. And then she was going to be a world famous designer. And she was going to be...
Designer? Never.
Clothing designer.
Never designer.
Because you were going to go to Italy.
But that wasn't for design.
You wanted to go to Milan.
Yeah, but I don't think it was for design. It was like some fashion.
That's where you go for design fashion.
Oh, you would know it. Yeah. That's where you go.
And so I said no. And so then your second choice was New York, because that's... And I said, well, you're 17 years old, so the only way you're going to New York is if I'm your roommate.
Yeah. That is true, though. I was like fully prepared to just go there by myself, actually. Imagine who I could have been. Could have been on Broadway.
You could have been. But look at you now.
But look at me now. I also just like, I feel like you skipped a couple professions in there.
Oh, yeah. You were going to be an ice skater.
Nope. Try again.
Cowgirl.
No, you made sure I wasn't. Think. This is trauma. Think about it.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the story? You probably will tell it better.
You go ahead.
Okay. I told him, or I said somehow like, oh, I wish I want.
You were a good basketball player.
Thank you. How I'm like, oh, I want to be in the WNBA one day. Like, not lofty goal, but like, you know, just like little boys are like, I'm going to be in the NHL. I was going to be in the WNBA. And he goes, oh shit, what did you say to me? Basically, probably not a direct quote, but basically like, that isn't going to happen. So like, think of something else.
Listen, you know, there's too many parents that up the expectations of kids, and then they're just totally disappointed because they can't do it. You work too hard, you know. All these kids, they miss all the other things in life because they are just focused on whatever it is, and they're never going to make it.
So you saved me.
I saved you.
So
Laurel,
you knew
you were a good basketball
You knew
player.
I didn't have a chance for a WNBA, so you saved me a decade of misery.
Oh my God, I don't remember the statistics, but you know, the important thing is you were having fun and you were good at it.
That's what they say about losers.
No, but you were good at it. But
there's always a but.
Yes.
But what?
You know.
But I wasn't good enough for the WNBA.
No, you weren't.
Oh shit.
It was fun going to the games, and I remember that when you had your persona changed, because when you had ownership of that ball, when you had possession, oh, you were tough. I could see your face and your teeth would grit, and you would, oh yeah, that's mine.
But I guess that's not enough grit to.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Do you remember the games over in Michigan? No. They were the best.
Yes, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, because they were rough.
They were tough.
Yeah.
It was not a Michigan basketball game until there was bloodlet.
Yeah.
There's always somebody bleeding on the court.
You know, it's a good game when there's blood.
Yep.
For sure. Okay.
Anyways, and you stood your ground, so that was pretty good.
But not good enough.
Not good there's Where are those 3-pointers, Laurel?
I was more of a in the paint. That was more my strong suit. Definitely not a 3-pointer. I was a forward, okay? Don't make me shoot a 3-pointer. Okay. All right. Well, we've established that it was not good enough for the WNBA. But how do you think Laurel, myself, benefited from being raised on the farm?
Oh, you wouldn't be where you are now.
Sure wouldn't.
Not at all. There's something about being raised on a farm, right? You're well-rounded, and you know you're not afraid to dive into whatever it is that you need to do. So
true that.
That's good. And you've done, you know, mechanically, let's say, speaking, right? The things that you've done to the barn and to get build whatever's necessary for your critters.
Yeah, and I don't think that's so much like, I did not learn woodworking as a farm kid, but I think I learned like, oh, there's a tool and I have space and no parental supervision.
There is no farm kid that learns anything specific.
Yeah, true.
You can't call it woodworking or mechanics or livestock raising, whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay? Those are all just things that you inherently figure out.
True dat. I keep saying true dat. That's so Gen Z.
Yeah,
actually, that's so millennial. That's not Gen Z. I'm going to get canceled because I'm being chuggy.
But yeah, if you're raised on a farm, then you learn a lot of different skills.
I feel like
only because you're there and you need to do it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not. Yeah, so it's not exactly like a specific category of skill. It's more like having the ability to, like, oh, something's wrong, and here's a solution that I'll just pull out of my ass because. Like
who else
finding
is
a way,
do it?
Yeah, and like just figure, or like, and also that's the pro of having like random shit in the barn that, oh, I can use this for. That's why I've been saving onto it for all these years. Perfect. Oh, a boat motor from the freaking 1800. Do they have motors in the?
Is it still there, or did you take it down?
I think you took it down.
No, I didn't.
Oh, then it's definitely up there still.
Or no, maybe Ed took it down.
I don't remember. There's one there, isn't there?
Maybe.
There are a plethora of boat engines that are here that he has not taken yet.
It's funny because I never went boating. I was never near the water.
But you might need it. You might need it one day. So I'll hang on to it.
Yeah, just hang on to that.
I'm pretty sure that's funny. It's not whether or not it's still here.
There was one hanging up in the barn, way up high.
And it was really heavy. So I don't remember it being there recently, so it must be down. But there's one here.
Yes.
Is it the same one?
I don't know.
Or like a second random boat motor. Boat motor?
But you got rid of the pond, so now you can't use it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Am Duff?
Yes.
Yes. She wants to know a time of my childhood that showed you. I'm getting screwed up with the pronouns. Pronouns? Too many beers. A time of Laurel's childhood that showed you she'd be the firecracker we know her as now.
Oh, there's probably all sorts of examples. The firecracker.
I think that's just a nice way for saying bitch.
Okay, so if I was to use that, Laurel, when she was young, very young.
I have no idea where this is going. I'm scared.
I'm just kind of trying to put this together in a sensitive way.
I'm so scared.
Well, maybe not so. So she and her sister Jordan. Jordan was the bigger sister, and as
no, she wasn't. Oh,
she was at one point in time.
She was like 3.
But then you started growing.
Yeah.
Right, and
stayed here.
And for a period of time, the two of you were very much. Everyone thought that you were twins. And we didn't help as parents because we used to dress you that way too.
Yeah.
And you'd have dresses or whatever outfit you had on were always similar, right? And yeah. But
on that note, like this photo?
Yes, that one. There, you can. But Laurel.
That's me.
Both of the kids would be enrolled in whatever sports and things that of interest they would go and do. They would play soccer, and at that point in time, they were pretty much the same. They would just go off and pick daisies and lay in the field, and that was fun.
I have a memory of playing soccer and just peeing my pants.
Okay.
Like I literally remember just like picking dandelions and just like peeing my pants. So. I'm not good at soccer to this day. So,
but Laurel started showing some of her athletic abilities. So, for instance, with the figure skating, you stick your tongue out now, but really, you really enjoyed it, right?
I was a champion.
It was good, and then also, I don't know. It seemed you were also playing sports in school, and you were doing a lot of things, and you were very much a sports person. It seemed as though you couldn't do anything without excelling at it.
I mean, okay, there's just a few more. Nikki came through with a few questions here. What qualities did I get from you?
Oh, good looking.
Well,
smart.
Yes.
Ingenious.
Yes. We could be here all night. I think I got the shorts and sandals in winter gene.
Oh.
I'm literally wearing sandals right now because it's like 10 degrees out today.
Yeah, I dressed up. I didn't want to just come in shorts. Yeah. I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah. That adds up. But also, I think it's the fact that this house is heated by a boiler in the winter.
Yes,
so it's a billion degrees heating. Inside. So going outside in shorts is just like a break. It's a way to cool off. Right. So I think you just adapted to that and you're still living that life.
That's probably it.
But like Andy isn't like that. So I don't know. That must be genetic as well because he's living in the same environment as me, but he is not. Cold-blooded? Like, am I cold-blooded? A lizard? Is that what a lizard is? Cold-blooded? Hot? No. Yeah. Cold-blooded?
Cold-blooded means that you adapt to the temperatures around you.
Is that? Oh, I don't adapt. Well, I'm hot and I don't know.
Right.
So I'm hot-blooded?
You're warm-blooded.
Oh. Thought it was like a crocodile or something. Anyway, also my animal husbandry traits are from you.
Yeah.
Or grandma, probably.
Yeah. You've definitely inherited the DNA from your grandparents, let's say.
Yes.
For sure.
But
you have your parents in you too.
Yes. The demons that I fight every day.
The demons you fight every day.
What's the most annoying request that she's had in the last year?
From you?
Yeah.
To do a podcast.
Oh, I thought maybe it was the fucking lights in here. Remember that?
Lights and the counter.
Which I still need you to help me fix it.
Well, it's starting to take shape.
Have you seen the crack? It's gotten way bigger.
Okay, well, we'll have to screw that down.
So is that your answer? Is that the most... Oh, she's asking the most annoying. I mean, I guess when you put them all together.
You put them all together. I can't say that it's the most annoying. Yeah. Probably every time you ask something, it's annoying.
Yeah. That tracks. That makes sense. This is the last question we're gonna end with, I think, here, because we did all our quizzes. Nikki wants to know, what about Laurel are you the most proud of? Don't hold back.
The most proud of for Laurel. Oh my gosh.
I don't make the rules. I didn't ask the question.
I guess.
Do you need to phone a friend?
Yeah, maybe I need to reflect here. I'm very proud that you have first of all taken over the farm. So, and the fact that you are creative enough to move this into the future, right? So there's
like with the Gen Zs.
With the Gen Zs,
yeah.
It takes a lot of skill. Yeah, I'm really proud that you've been able to do everything that you've done. You've built the mercantile, and you've got your cattle, and you've got your aspirations for where you want to take all of this. I think that's it's an unending amount of energy that you need to put into it, and you're doing it, and that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on, and sometimes you bite off too much. You have to.
Is that a general thing or like me specifically?
You specifically.
Oh yeah, because I do.
You specifically. You jump at things, and you're a little bit you're very spontaneous.
Instant pudding.
And then you figure out afterwards how you're going to manage it.
Well, because I feel like otherwise you just won't do it. You know?
Well, life's short.
If you think about it too long, then you just won't do it. So.
Yeah, and truly life is short, and it sounds like as you get older, life speeds up.
Cap. No cap. Bet. No cap.
And so, and you think you're going fast now, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Just, you're doing a good job.
Thank y'all. What?
Oh, I was going to say, I'm most proud of, you know, the fact that you have offered to take care of me in my old age.
I don't.
And that I don't have to worry any longer about, you know, how I'm going to survive.
Yeah. Probably like in a few years.
I was really worried about who was going to wipe my butt when I got older, but now that's not a problem. So thank you, Laurel. I'm so proud of you stepping up.
I hope I have enough money to pay for someone to wipe your asses. I'm not doing that. Well, you're retired. You get some savings. You did help a lot with a lot of the things in here, but I say I did it myself because I kind of, you know.
Well, you did.
Yeah, it just needed like a couple extra hands. And I don't mess with electricity. Like, full stop. I don't. I've been zapped several times in here that I was like, I'm done. I don't mess with electricity. Anything that involves electricity. Covers, screws, metal screws near electricity.
Screwdrivers.
Oh, metal. Zap. Okay, well, that was like a wild ride of chat line questions. Do you have anything to follow up on any of your responses, or did we like cover it all, I think?
Well, that was a lot.
So, like, what's next for you?
I don't know. Now, spring is coming, hopefully, soon. Can't wait to get out in the dock, warm weather.
Yeah.
So now, you know, I went from the country and the fields and mud, and now I have a paved driveway and a dock.
But you seem pretty okay with that.
I'm very good with it.
Why?
Well, because.
Less work? Because you've been working all hard at all the things you have to do for so long?
You have to make changes in your life, right? Been there, done it.
Time. Yeah.
Right? So why not?
Yeah,
so
true.
now we have, you know, a sea-doo, and we go out on the water, a little boat.
You truly live a different life now.
Absolutely. But I know I'm not far away.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I can come back to it when I want.
You can still drive the tractor down the road.
Sure can.
Just take the tractor.
Oh, I still have a tractor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the whole other thing. When we bought the farm, it was like, oh, like, how much do you want for the tractor? Because that just makes sense. And like, oh, he's probably not going to, like, what's he going to do with it? Oh, no, I need this. He's moving to literally like not a suburban town, but like, you have literal neighbors on either side of you. Like, literally not rural. It's not rural by any means.
Well, there's a...
Ish. It has a rural-ish field, but there's no way that's rural. Anyway, he uses the tractor, so if you're his neighbors...
They're all jealous.
Deal, yeah.
They're all jealous. I pull floating logs out of the river with it.
You can take the boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy, I guess. Okay, well, I guess that's going to be it for this episode.
Well, that was fun.
Truly, truly was. And I guess we'll have to see if we get any feedback on the chat line, if there's going to be a follow-up episode. But yeah, I think we covered it all. Hopefully we answered all your questions appropriately. And we will see you next time on the next episode. Thanks so much, Grampa Shane, for being here.
What do you say? That's ranching.
That's ranching. Thanks for listening to the Chore-Beer Chats podcast. You can find more information related to this episode at the show notes on our website, isobartacres.com/chorebeerchats. And don't forget to subscribe to the Chore-Beer Chats podcast on your favorite podcast app and on YouTube.